This video is going to have some spirit guidance in answer to some questions that I've received about the 3D self versus the 5D self. So the 3D self, our physical selves, living this physical life, navigating all the circumstances of our lives, versus or working with the 5D self, the spirit self, the fully connected soul that is fully tuned in to the divine, to all the spirit guides, to every other soul, to everything. And we have access to that higher self all the time, but we have the filter of the mind in between. And then you have the 4D in between the 3D and the 5D, and the 4D has to do with telepathic communication, being able to pick up on what's happening with other souls from that higher level of intelligence, of perception. But then we have the 5D, which has no limits whatsoever. And it's really impossible to dwell there as a human being, although you can receive guidance from that state of being. So, sort of like different versions of ourselves, but it's all one, but this is the most filtered version of ourselves. With that mind mitigating everything, coming in and chiming in, or sometimes forming a block between us and the guidance. So that's why it's so important to discern always whether we're acting from faith or fear, because that's determining whether we are acting from the guidance and alignment with, guidance from and alignment with that higher self, or whether we're acting purely from our primal survival human minds. And sometimes it's a blend of both, right? The two. So just leaving out words here and there. What's that about? My mind is like, that's what happens when you try to jump between back and forth, right? You like, sometimes words, no sense. Okay, so the questions. Okay, first we're going to delve into a question about, does our 5D self know what's going to happen? Do our 5D selves know the outcome of the situations that our 3D selves are in? And thank you for that question. The answer is no, our higher selves do not know the outcome, but our higher selves do know the soul path, the soul lessons, and what we're navigating. Because the higher self is in tune with what the divine is teaching us and what our souls agreed to do in this lifetime. So what that means is, before you came into this lifetime, your soul said, okay, I see that in this lifetime, kind of like a sort of a curriculum, maybe not that, that's the closest thing our mind can understand to it. The curriculum said, in this lifetime, you're going to learn these soul lessons. You're going to go through all kinds of experiences that will teach you these soul lessons, and you will be doing this soul mission. And on the soul level, you said, yeah, that sounds really good. I'm going to do that. That sounds excellent. But very much like when you join the military or any endeavor like that, you signed up for the mission, you signed up for the progression, the lessons, but you didn't know exactly how it was going to all unfold. And even on that level, it's still a mystery that remains to be seen because of the gift the divine gives us of free will. So with the gift of free will, we get to choose in this moment, in every moment, how we're going to learn those lessons, how we're going to navigate that soul path. We get to choose if we're going to listen heavily to our human minds and to fear and to that as our guidance, maybe other people. We get to choose in every moment if we're going to listen to our higher selves as a guide, because our higher selves and all those guides that we have on our team are up there going, do this, do that. This would be a great way to get to this lesson. This would be a great way to overcome this hurdle. This would be a wonderful way to complete this part of your soul path. And our higher self and guides are up there going, yeah, let's do it. Here's a good way. That is why the more layers of fear and filter you can clear out of your mind, more blocks you can clear out through awareness, through healing, through presence, and through consciousness, the smoother your ride or your lessons can seem. Now, it does depend on the lessons and the mission that you came in to do, because there are some lessons and missions that are just gonna be hard. They're gonna be big, on many levels, but you're always, always receiving that help and that guidance and that support and those resources from the divine in your team, including your higher self. So short answer is no, the outcome is always a mystery, exactly how it's going to play out in the circumstances of our lives. But the fact that you will learn these lessons, you will complete these soul missions, and you will be supported in this for your greatest good and highest purpose always, is a given. That is a fact, that is truth, and that is the part where we have to practice leaning into faith. We have to practice knowing that we're not alone, that we have all that support, that our higher self does know what's going on as far as the lessons and what we are aiming to achieve in this lifetime. And most importantly, our higher self knows that we're connected to our team, to all these guides, to every soul, to the divine, and that we are never separated from those things, from that presence. And that's the part that the higher self knows for sure, that everything will be and is wonderful and harmonious and okay because of that connection, because of that part that cannot be altered by the circumstances we're going through. So much of those actual circumstances and what plays out happens in your life has to do with those choices you make and how you're aligned. So that's why in those moments when you can feel a lot of friction, you can feel a lot of difficulty or struggle, it's important to stop and ask for the help and tune in to what your higher self is giving you, what your guides know, and most of all, that support and that help that is there from that team, so that you don't have to struggle and flounder and hurt any more than is absolutely necessary on your soul path. So I hope that answers the question, and I hope it resonates with you and benefits you. And please let me know if you have anything else you would like to know about that. The next part of this video I actually recorded a few days ago, and it is having to do with 3D and 5D communication between divine partners or soul partners. So I hope that serves you as well, and we will connect again soon. Enjoy that next part. We're going to talk about connecting with your divine partner on the spirit level. So we all have higher selves. We all have the spirit essence of ourselves. And what we don't really consider until we start connecting with the other side, connecting with spirit essence, is that all of us in our higher self forms, in our spirit forms, are able to be anywhere, to connect to anyone, to essentially be a spirit guide for someone else. You see proof of this when, someone travels to another country, and you're thinking of someone, and then you're thinking of that person in another country, and then they might call you and say, you just popped into my mind. I mean, you call it telepathy, call it whatever you want. It is showing that we're connected and that we are guiding and talking to each other beyond the physical. And there are many more great examples other than the one I gave. But so when you are working with a divine partnership, and you may not even know who that divine partner is, you may be like, what's a divine partnership? If you've ever heard about twin flames, divine partners, it's the concept, the connection is about that soul that you are tethered to on a spirit level. You've been together many, many lifetimes. Now you've been together in different roles. You've been together maybe as mother and child, maybe as soldiers on a battlefield. It's not always romantic, but you've been in the same lifetime for many, many, many. This is the lifetime where you two are going to connect and possibly come into a physical connection together, a physical relationship. So you may already be in this relationship with this person, or you may have no clue who it is, or you may have a feeling, a connection to someone that you're like, well, we're connected, but we're not together. Or we were together, but now we're not. Or I just feel like there's someone that I'm connected to on a spirit level, and I don't know who it is. whatever the scenario, it would be wonderful and very guiding for you to start intentionally talking to and connecting to that person on a spirit level. And you can do that with them being here on the planet, regardless of what your relationship is, and even if you are together, especially then. So any which way, you just incorporate that person as one of your guides, and you can address them, call to them, talk to them as the higher self or the spirit self of my divine partner. It is very helpful, even if you're with the person you believe to be your divine partner. It's a very good thing to do, to release your picture in your mind or your idea of who it is. It's the most powerful when you just connect with the essence. I said just connect, not disconnect, okay? Because it sounded like I said disconnect, which is the opposite of what we want to do, but that might be synchronistic, because many times we are disconnected from the essence of our spirit partner. When you are disconnected inside with yourself, then that will be reflected in any connection. So if you are feeling disconnected from your soul partner, either in the physical form or on a spirit level, it's time to connect inside. It's time to connect with that inner child, with your own inner essence. Then you will find the connection to the other. So anytime you're feeling disconnected from that partner, you can know, oh wow, I need to plug something back in inside because I've lost my connection inside. And if you need to know more about that, just check into our Root Camp offerings, sessions, coaching. We talk all about that inner connection. So in your meditations, in your intentions, or just in your talking to spirit, it will be a helpful, wonderful thing to you to also talk to the higher self of your divine partner. And you can address them just like that. So you can just go through your day, and as you're talking to your spirit guides, say, and the higher self of my divine partner, please guide me. If you want to ask for guidance specifically with that connection or relationship, and you can ask for, a sign. You can say, higher self of my divine partner, please send me a sign. And, you can work with that partner. You can say things like, if you are, higher self of my divine partner, if you are someone in the physical that you want me to connect with, and know about, please show me a sign, or please show me about this person. That guide will help you figure things out. Now, keep in mind, you're going to be shown whatever you need to know for your greatest good and highest purpose in that moment. So it can change and shift according to what lessons you need to learn, what you need to heal and release. As we all know, sometimes you can be connected to someone or involved with someone that just shows you a lesson and then leaves. Spirit, including the higher self of your divine partner, wants all that for you. So if it includes that guide setting you up on a date that then turns into a disaster, but it shows you something important, that was for a reason. Okay. So, that said, just think of that higher self of your divine partner as one of your guides. And keep in mind that your higher self, are a guide for your divine partner as well. So maybe send those intentions out, send that communication out on a spirit level. And if you would like more help with that, or just have questions, then feel free to get in touch. And I'm always here for readings or sessions or whatever you might need. I hope this message was helpful to you, and I hope you have a great day. We'll connect again soon. Bye.